Hi, I'm just reacting to the news that we appointed Karl Robinson as our head coach. As most of you will know, we unveiled him on Thursday, and I took a bit of time to look into his previous performances at other clubs, results, what have you, stuff like that. So I'm just going to give you my informed opinion, I suppose, on the appointment. First of all, I've got to say it's a good appointment. I think that's clear to see. He got Milton Keynes Dons into the League One playoffs twice, 2 years in a row, and then he got promoted via the runner-up spot, scoring 101 goals. So, you got Milton Keynes to the Championship, so there's no reason he can't do it with Oxford. I think that's, the way you got to look at it. Alright, his Championship team got relegated, but they weren't a bad team. They picked up some impressive results. I mean, they beat Reading, they beat Sheffield Wednesday, who got to the playoff final that season. No, they didn't beat Sheffield Wednesday, so they drew with Sheffield Wednesday, who got to the playoff final that season. They and they played alright. They weren't a bad team. It was just they couldn't compete with the other Championship sides. Perhaps the infrastructure weren't there, which was down to the owner in the end. And you have to hope that Tiger will put in the money to get a good infrastructure at the club. And I think there is the infrastructure here. I mean, we've got a good training ground, again, a new training ground, we're moving. The stadium's fit for the Championship, I think. Yeah, and the academy is getting better. I mean, yeah, so, that's all positive. So, we've given Karl Robinson the tools, and I mean, the players that he's inherited, I mean, Cameron Brannigan, Ryan Ledson, young, English, hard-working midfielders, which is something that I think he'll really enjoy being able to manage, because those two players are very talented. I think the first thing Robinson's got to do is obviously keep us up, keep us safe, and then he's got to look at extending contracts with Rothwell. I think Rothwell's going to be an important one to extend with. He's actually had quite a good season when he hasn't been injured. Nelson, why not? He's a decent centre-back, and him and Rob Dickie could definitely have a good partnership. He's got to look at extending, for example, Rob Hall, who I think he will extend, but I'd be very surprised if he didn't. And then he's got to convince Ledson to stay for another season. Once he's sorted out all of these little contract issues and stuff like that, he's got to look at signing. He's got to look at what he's going to do in the summer, and I think in the summer it's going to be important to sign the right type of players, and he'll know the type of players that he wants to sign, and he said that he wants to sign young, talented, English, attacking, players who like to play football. He ain't going to sign us, players from Southend who are just going to want to boot the ball up, because that isn't his style. He'll want to sign us players who've played for good clubs. He might be looking at getting us players from, the Championship. He'll be like, that is a good player. He's playing at the moment for, Sheffield United, and he's not playing every game, but he's coming off the bench, whatever. Give me a certain amount of money. He's playing good football, and that's what Robinson cares about, the good football. So, he'll want to go sign those players, and I think that is something that is encouraging, that he's wanting to sign good footballers. And then I think if he's given backing in the summer, there's no reason that we cannot push on and go for the Championship, because that is where we are going for. And I think he knows the club's history quite well. He lived near here for a long time, watched us play quite a bit, and he's very aware of what Chris Wilder done at the club, Michael Appleton done at the club. He'll know what Pep Clotet done. If Pep Clotet actually did anything, I don't fucking know, but I think he knows the club. He knows. There was 20 years in between our last time in League One and this current stint. That's a fucking long time. But he has said it quite rightfully. He went, yeah, we're in League One, but we cannot accept just being mid-table League One forever. You have to push on to the Championship. And that is where I want to see Oxford. I really do. I mean, the Championship is where I think we spent the majority of our history in the third or second tier. the majority of our history since we became a Football League club in 1962. Or was it 63? That's not the point. But we spent the majority of our time in like these two divisions. So I'd love to see us in the Championship. I think we have the infrastructure to survive that, and I think Karl Robinson is definitely the man to take us there.